So I got one of the two fragrances that I ordered from the company Luxodor. Um, it is a company that's supposedly based out of Switzerland. This one is called Loyal Agar. And I had ordered another one that should be in tomorrow. It is called Prince. So this is supposed to be a clone of Parfums de Marly Layton. And they got the notes on the back. You can kind of obviously tell that. Lavender, bergamot, patchouli, dry amber, vanilla, tobacco, tonka bean. Although it leaves out cardamom, some of the woods, obviously the apple. But anyway, nonetheless, it's supposed to be a clone of Parfums de Marly Layton. From the reviews that I had seen, it's supposedly darker, less sweet. There hasn't been a whole lot of reviews, but the couple that I was able to find, it sounds really good. Supposedly it's a beast performance-wise. So it does say in here, it talks about the apple, bergamot and apple, talks more about the notes here. As you can tell, my box got crushed in shipment. So very thin boxes. Hopefully the bottle's okay. So we're going to see how it compares to the real thing. Layton's one of my favorite fragrances. It's honestly probably my favorite from the house of Parfums de Marly, followed by Carlisle. Let's get this open. It's got a little seal sticker on the top. Again, it's kind of cheap. It's like ripping the box already. This cost me $65 USD on eBay. It's the only place that's really able to find it. The Prince one I was able to do, and I should have done it with this. One of those things where you make an offer on eBay, and I had offered 60 on that, and he accepted it. So I could have probably got this easily for 60 as well, but oh well. Honestly, anything more than this price, and I think you're getting kind of to a point where it's not really worth getting a clone at that point. Once you start getting close to 100. So this bottle looks really good. It is an 80 ml. Okay, instead of the Parfums de Marly size, which is a 4.2. Look at that bottle, though. So it is smaller. Beautiful bottle. The batch code and stuff on the bottom. I mean, the bottle is absolutely beautiful. Magnetic cap that aligns itself. It's got the name of the company, Luxodor, on there. The bottle's beautiful. It says niche perfumes, which to me is kind of comical because it's a clone. Anyway, so let's see what this smells like. Let's compare them. I'm hoping this doesn't let me down because honestly, a darker, slightly less sweet Layton probably doesn't pull as many compliments, but it sounds kind of intriguing. And this is supposedly a beast. Okay, atomizer's not bad. Oh yeah. So it definitely resembles Layton. You definitely get the apple. You get that menthol note. So this definitely has the geraniums putting off that kind of methylated vibe. This is pretty sweet. I don't know what people are saying it's not sweet. Maybe the dry down's not. This honestly smells sweeter to me than Layton. But it smells damn good. Yeah, you can tell this is powerful. It smells very dense. It smells very strong. It smells way stronger than the other Layton clone that I reviewed on my channel from a company that's not like a traditional clone house, which was the U.S. Army Intense one that I had done, which was a very affordable one. That one you could sell. It smelled pretty good. This smells better. This smells richer. This smells deeper. Yeah, I mean, it smells good. But I'm going to do a direct comparison to the real deal here. Let's see how they smell opening-wise. And then we'll let it dry down for a little bit and kind of get that as well. Same thing as I do in all my videos. I'll update in the comments kind of performance. I'll probably wear it tonight. Obviously, the atomizer on Layton is hands down way better, but in Parfums de Marly. Longevity and kind of how it develops. So actually, in the Royal Agar, again, it's much more dense. It's stronger. The menthol note is much more noticeable, but so is all the notes. It's very strong, which is good. I mean, it's going to be a beast. I imagine it is going to be a beast. It honestly smells, I mean, slightly synthetic, more synthetic, obviously, than the real thing. But it smells pretty good for a clone. And I imagine if you had these in the air, you might not be able to really tell a whole lot of a difference. Like if somebody were wearing this walking around, I'd be like, oh, he's wearing Layton. I don't get what the other reviewers were saying. This is very sweet. So the cologne is very sweet. Certainly just as sweet, if not sweeter than Layton. I think part of it too, and why it comes off so sweet, is it's so much more powerful. Everything's kind of just coming out more. But it smells pretty close. It's like a bolder, more in your face version of Layton. But I feel like this is going to project like crazy too. And it's definitely sweet. So, you know, whoever said that, it wasn't. I don't know. We completely smell different things. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good. So the menthol note starts kind of dying down. That kind of methylated Vicks vapor rub smell a lot of people talk about. This is certainly smoother. Okay, it's richer. Not richer. It's smoother. It smells more real. For lack of better words, you can tell the quality of the ingredients is definitely better. It smells more natural, less synthetic. But honestly, this smells pretty killer. I'm going to give this a wear tonight, and I'll give you all an update video. And honestly, what I'll do too is when I get Prince, which is supposed to be a clone of Aventus, and some people said Baccarat Rouge 540, which to me I wasn't really interested in, but other reviewers had said it's more like a, you know, Aventus clone that is basically a hybrid with Tom Ford's Oud Wood, which to me would be amazing. I've smelled clones from houses such as King Fragrances that have done that, and it smells very good. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, what it's going to come down to me kind of is, for the Prince would be, one, how sweet is it? Okay. If it does have that Baccarat Rouge 540 vibe, I'm not going to be too much of a fan of it. And then the next thing is, how does the Aventus come off, right? Because, I mean, that's really the main kind of player there. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I am impressed. Yeah, if somebody's looking for a cheap Layton clone that's going to perform, no, it's not super cheap. And you get more of the floral components in the real one. You get a lot more lavender, certainly, than you do in this. Both of them have the cardamom. Both of them have the, you know, vanilla. Both of them have that apple. And honestly, the apple's pretty good in this. It's actually done pretty well. Yeah, you're just getting, this is just, you know, it smells more natural, less synthetic, and it's less in your face. It's less bold. It's less harsh. But we'll see how this comes off when you're wearing it and how it comes off the skin. Again, this is just paper, so a lot could change. Price-wise, again, if you get this for $60, apparently in other countries you can get this cheaper, but if you get it here for $60, you know, for an 80 ml, 2.7 ounce, it's not the best buy. You know, you're thinking, especially when you got the Layton over here, which you can generally pick up for a lot of times $150. And it's a 4.2 ounce. So it's almost double the size of this, juice-wise. You know, so price per mil, this is about the same price. It really is. But Layton isn't a slouch. It performs. But this supposedly performs like a beast, okay? So in that regard, it might be worth picking up. Also, if you don't want to, you know, spend the whole $150, maybe you just want to go and get yourself, you know, about half the size, basically for half the price. You know, this could still very well be a good buy. He might even took less than 60. I don't know. I just, you know, I offered 60, and that's what I got. I will link the seller below. But man, this smells good. It really does. I would be surprised with how close this is to Layton. Really surprised. It smells closer than U.S. Army Intense, which honestly was pretty close too, but. So the sweetness starts to die down as it settles on the skin. And you don't get as much florals. You get more of the vanilla, the apple, the lavender, and some of those woods, and the cardamom. But in that way, I do think it comes off as being slightly more masculine version of Layton. So anyway, I'm really impressed by this. Like I said, I'll do Prince review of that probably tomorrow. and then I will do a review on both of them as far as longevity and how they developed. But it's not bad. Not bad at all, especially when you think, you know, a clone from another clone house is 30 mils, runs around this for something from Dua. So it's certainly not bad for that, especially if your main concern is performance, and this supposedly is a beast, but I don't know yet because I haven't worn it. So anyway, that's it. I don't want to take any more of your time. I'm impressed. I am impressed. It is slightly darker, it's less floral, and it's punching. It's coming off the paper, or off the tester strip. And I will say, funny enough, just real quick, when I did the Havez 1984 Alexandria one, I sprayed a tester strip. I was smelling that in the whole way hours later, and I'm still smelling it off the tester strip now. So if you're somebody who's interested in picking it up, it's a beast, trust me. It is an absolute monster, just like Carlisle is, just like Red Tobacco is. It does share a similar kind of profile as those two, but it's not the same. So anyway, performance on that's great. Completely side note, but I just figured I'd let y'all know. Yeah, so look out for the Prince video, and like I said, I'm going to have, I got an Alexandria Afternoon Splash just came in, as well as some samples. I'm going to be doing a Greenlee Clone Wars, Afternoon Swim Clone Wars, an Elysium Clone Wars, comparing everything to the original. So yeah. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful.